Hi, let us look at an example of performing DC analysis of fixed bias common emitter amplifier. This circuit is shown on the left side of the screen. In the given circuit, this DC supply voltage VCC is 16 volt. It has two resistors RB and RC, 510 kilo ohm and 1.8 kilo ohm respectively. These two are the resistors used in the biasing network. The BJT used is an NPN BJT with beta is equal to 120. The coupling capacitors are already removed, so we don't have to open circuit the capacitors and isolate the AC signal sources. It's already done. We can uh, straight away go ahead to the next step of marking all the currents and voltages involved in this circuit. So let me mark all the currents and different node voltages. So first let me mark the current. Current flowing through the resistor RC is IC. So I'll mark it as IC. The current flowing through the resistor RB into the base is IB. I'll mark it as IB. And the collector coming out of the emitter terminal is IE. Let me also mark the different voltages with appropriate polarities. The voltage across the collector and emitter terminal is VCE. So the voltage is plus minus with this polarity. So this is VCE, and the voltage that appears across base emitter terminals is VBE with this polarity. And let's assume this as silicon transistor, so that VBE is around 0.7 volt. With the currents and different voltages marked, let us first apply KVL to the input side loop. So I'll mark the path of the input side loop. It starts from VCC, goes all the way through RB, and it encounters VBE and all the way to the ground. So let me apply the KVL to the input side loop. We get the KVL expression as follows: VCC minus IBRB minus VBE is equal to 0. I'll rearrange the term to find out the base current IB. So IB is given by VCC minus VBE divided by RB. So this is the expression to find out the base current IB. Now I know the values of all the other parameters. Let me find out IB by substituting the values of VCC, VBE and RB. VCC is 16 volt, VBE is 0.7 volt, divided by RB is 510 kilo ohm. So it is 510 into 10 power 3. So plugging in all these values and using my calculator, I found out that IB is equal to 30 microampere. So this is the value of IB. So it is equal to 30 microampere. In the next step, we will find out what is the collector current IC, and we know the relationship between IB and IC. So IC is given by beta times IB. So beta value is given, it is equal to 120 for this particular transistor. So let me plug in the values and find out what is IC. It is 120 times 30 microampere. So this gives me the value for IC as 3.6 milliampere. So 120 into 30 microamperes give 3.6 milliampere for IC. So IC is also found out. If required, I can also calculate IE. So emitter current IE is nothing but base current plus collector current, which will be approximately equal to collector current because IB is very negligible. But if I substitute base current value as 30 microampere and collector current value is 3.6 milliampere, that is 30 microampere plus 3.6 milliampere. So I'll get the value of IE, emitter current, as 3.63 milliampere, which is very close to 3.6 milliampere collector current, because base current is just 30 microampere. So I calculated all three currents. In the next step, let us calculate what is VCE. In order to calculate VCE, I should apply KVL to the output side loop. So the path of the output loop starts from VCC, goes through RC, encounters the voltage VCE and all the way to the ground. So the KVL expression is VCC minus ICRC minus VCE is equal to 0. My job is to find VCE. So let me rearrange the term. So VCE is VCC minus ICRC. So I know the value of VCC, which is 16. I have already calculated the value of IC in the previous step, which is 3.6 milliampere. So 3.6 into 10 power minus 3 times RC is 1.8 kilo ohm, that is given in the circuit diagram. So into 10 power 3. So using my calculator, let me calculate what is VCE. So VCE is equal to 9.52 volt. So this is VCE. I can calculate static power dissipation of this BJT PD. So static power dissipation PD is given by voltage across the device, that is VCE, into current flowing through the device, that is IC. So substituting this value, 9.52 times IC is 3.6 milliampere, 3.6 into 10 power minus 3. So this gives me a static power dissipation of 34.272 milliwatt. So this is the static power dissipation of the BJT in this circuit. Let us also calculate the remaining node voltages. Let me mark the remaining node voltages first. So the voltage at this node is the collector node. This is the collector node. Voltage is VC. This node is the base terminal. So voltage is VB. This is the emitter node, VE. And since emitter is connected to the ground, we already know this. VE is equal to 0 volt in case of fixed bias circuit, because this emitter terminal is connected to the ground. Next, let us calculate what is VC. We have already calculated what is VCE. So VCE is VC minus VE. Since VE is 0, VC is equal to VCE. This is how double subscript notation is to be used. So VC is same as VCE, which is 9.52 volt. Then using VBE, we can calculate what is VB. So again, using double subscript notation, I'll write VBE as VB minus VE. Again, VE is 0. So VB is same as VBE, which is 0.7 volt, because we have assumed this transistor to be made of silicon. So we calculated what is VC, we calculated what is VB. VE is a known fact, it is connected to ground, so it is 0 volt. Okay, let us calculate, just to make sure that the transistor is biased properly, let us calculate this voltage VBC, voltage between base and collector. So VBC, this base collector junction should be reverse biased. So let us calculate what is VBC. Again, let us use the double subscript notation. VBC is nothing but VB minus VC. So let me plug in the values of VB and VC. VB is 0.7 volt, so that we calculated in the previous step, and VC is 9.52 volt. So VBC is equal to minus 8.82 volt. So this indicates that base collector junction is reverse biased. This completes DC analysis of fixed bias common emitter amplifier. Let us look at another example related to the DC analysis of fixed bias common emitter amplifier. In this example, the circuit is given 12 volt, IB is 40 microampere, and VC is 6 volt. The transistor used is a silicon NPN BJT whose beta is 80. These are the given information, and we are expected to find the collector current IC, the collector and base resistances RC and RB respectively, and voltage across the device VCE. So first step is to mark all the currents and the voltages with correct polarities and direction. So IC is already marked here. IB with correct direction is also marked. So let me mark the remaining voltages. So we have the voltage drop of VBE. Since this transistor is a silicon transistor, VBE value will be equal to 0.7 volt. The voltage VCE is already marked. So first let us apply the KVL to the input side loop. So let me apply the KVL to the input side loop. To apply the KVL, we should start from VCC, move through RB. We will encounter the voltage VBE and all the way to the common node, the ground. So let me apply KVL. The expression goes like this: VCC minus IBRB minus VBE is equal to 0. We know the value of VCC. We know the value of IB as well. VBE is equal to 0.7 volt because this is a silicon transistor. So this value is also known. The only value that is not known, the only parameter that is unknown and which we are expected to find is RB. So this RB is not known. So I'll rearrange the expression to find the value of RB. So RB will be equal to VCC minus VBE divided by IB. So let me plug in all the values that we know into this equation. So VCC is 12, VBE is 0.7 and IB is 40 microampere. So in 40 into 10 power 6. This gives me a value of 282.5 kilo ohm. So this is the value of RB. Okay, so I found out the first parameter RB, which is 282.5 kilo ohm. Next we can easily find out what is IC, because IB is given, beta is also given. Using this relationship IC is equal to beta times IB, I can calculate the value of IC. Beta value is 80, that is given here, and IB is also given, that is 40 microampere. So 80 into 40 microampere gives me the value of collector current IC, which is equal to 3.2 milliampere. Now we can go to the output side loop now to find the remaining value. So IC is known. We need to find out RC and also VCE. The value of VC is given. So using double subscript notation, VCE is nothing but VC minus VE. And for a fixed bias circuit, VE is 0 because the emitter terminal is connected directly to the ground. So voltage at this point VE is equal to 0. So VCE is same as VC. So in this case VCE will be equal to 6 volt. Now let me apply KVL to the output side loop. So we start from VCE through RC, then we go through VCE all the way to the ground. So the expression is something like this: VCC minus ICRC minus VCE is equal to 0. So the only unknown parameter is RC. So I'll rearrange the term to calculate RC, which is equal to VCC minus VCE divided by IC. IC we calculated in the previous step. So plugging in all the values, we get 12 minus 6 divided by IC, which is equal to 3.2 milliampere. So let me substitute all the values here. So this gives me a value of 1.875 kilo ohm for RC. So I found out all the values that are required. In yet another example related to DC analysis of fixed bias common emitter amplifier, the circuit diagram is given and we are expected to find the collector current, the DC supply voltage VCC, beta of the transistor and the base resistance RB. So first let me mark this resistor as RC, and I'll also mark the remaining voltage with correct polarity, so plus minus VBE. Let's assume this to be a silicon transistor so that VBE is 0.7 volt. So VCC is not known, RB is also not known, so there is no way of applying KVL at the input side first. So let us start with the output side, and you can notice here the base current IB is given, emitter current IE is also given, and we are expected to find the collector current IC. So let me make use of this equation. For any BJT, emitter current IE is equal to base current plus collector current. So collector current can be found out using the emitter current and the base current. It is as simple as this. IC is equal to IE minus IB, transferring the term IB to the other side. So if I substitute the values, IE is given as 4 milliampere, IB is given as 20 microampere. So I can calculate the value of IC. So this gives me a value of 3.98 milliampere for IC. This is the thing that is required. So I found out what is IC. If you want to use an approximate method, then you can simply say IC is approximately equal to IE, and you will get the value of IC as 4 milliampere. That is just an approximate. This is more precise. Now IC value is known, IB value is also known. I can quickly calculate the value of beta. So beta is given by IC by IB. So IC is 3.98 milliampere, whereas IB is 20 microampere. So this gives me a value of 199 for beta. So beta value is 199. So I found out IC, I found out beta. Next, let us calculate what is VCC and RB. So that can be done by applying KVL to the output side loop. So let me apply KVL to the output side loop. So it is VCC, it takes this path up through RC, through VCE and to the ground. So let me apply the KVL. So it is VCC minus ICRC minus VCE. Luckily VCE is given is equal to 0. So my job is to calculate what is VCC. So I'll transfer these two terms to the right hand side. So it becomes ICRC plus VCE. So IC value we calculated in the previous step. It is 3.98 milliampere times RC is given 2.2 kilo ohm. So this plus VCE is given, which is equal to 7.2 volt. So let me put 7.2 here. So this gives me the value of VCC as 15.956 volt. So this is the value of VCC, what we get, 15.956 volt. If you make this approximation, that is IC to be equal to approximately equal to IE, then IC value will be approximately equal to 4 milliampere, and if you put 4 milliampere instead of 3.98 milliampere, then your VCC value will be 16 volt. This is an approximation, this is more accurate. Okay, so the choice is yours. So VCC we have found out, The last parameter that we need to find out is the base resistance RB. Now we can, since we know the value of VCC, we can apply KVL to the input side. So let me do that. So to apply the KVL to the input side, we will have to take this route, VCC through RB through VBE to the ground. So VCC minus IBRB minus VBE equal to 0. Now I'll rearrange the terms. I need the value of RB, so I'll get VCC minus VBE divided by IB. So RB is 15, VCC we found out 15.956, VBE, since we have assumed this transistor to be a silicon transistor, it is 0.7, IB value is given, it is 20 microampere. So substituting all these values, I get the values of RB as 762.8 kilo ohm. This is the more precise value. If you had approximated the value of IC in the previous step, then you will get the value of RB as 16 minus 0.7. This is the approximation for VCC divided by 20 microampere. Then you will get the value of RB as 765 kilo ohm. But this is more precise. So we calculated all the required unknown parameters. Thank you.